So last class we discussed on professional software development. In fact, I didn't explain it directly. This is a concept of professional software development. In fact, when you talk about a professional software development, so we come across all these topics. So what is software engineering? Various questionnaires that you come across, and what are the products, the different types of products you come across. What is a software product? So probably you remember, all of you. So we discussed generic product, customized product, and the specifications of generic and customized, right? Then we briefed through various questionnaires on this. So this is also a professional software development concept. Should be aware of all these concepts. Then we have gone through the what are the key challenges, that is the frequently asked questions about software engineering, attributes of a good software. So I briefed brief with the example, what is maintainability, dependability, security, efficiency, and acceptability. Maybe I gave a very good example of a industrial automation device simulator. So wherein a gas sensor. So I just give you the example of Bhopal gas tragedy, wherein a gas leak and the application was not able to sense the gas leakage. So the software that had been installed on automation software failed. So with respect to that, I discussed many things. That is maintainability, what is dependability and security, the efficiency, right? Similarly, I compared the same characteristics with a simple C program, writing a C program that is a same objective, one in 100 lines and in 200 lines. If I ask the programmer to select it, how he will select the program to achieve the same objective. So in that sense, I said what is optimization efficiency, right? So efficiency, I said whenever if I ask you how efficient your project is in the final year or in the sixth semester when you do your CG project, so you should talk efficiency with respect to the processing time, is how much time does the program takes to execute, and the utilization of the memory, and the responsiveness, right? Finally, when I say acceptability, it is all about the future. So how long this particular software will be accepted and run, and how does it helps you to migrate from one software to the another software. The best example I said are migration projects. So wherein you migrate the same features with the different softwares. Right? So let me continue. So remember, these are all the very important attributes or the characteristics of a good software. So why I'm stressing this topic again in the morning, because you should be able to know, when you write a program is nothing but a software. So if I ask you what are the good characteristics of your project, of your program, you should represent that program with respect to these characteristics. That is the maintainability. Maintainability in the sense it should be able to change. For example, your C program should be capable to change easily using the logic to a Java program. Maybe I'm just giving you the example. Similarly, dependability and security. This discuss about you the security and reliability and the safety of the device. So maybe in all the situation it may not come, right? So next, efficiency. Definitely efficiency is talked always with respect to the memory, right? The responsiveness, processing time, memory utilization. So when I say processing time, time complexity plays a major role. So time complexity could be defined for a program as how fast a program could be executed. So next is the acceptability. So software must be acceptable to the type of users for which it is designed. That is, for example, say a person who is not having any sort of logic, who is basically not a programmer, when he executes your program, he should be capable to understand, to give the input out. For example, you people have written a program, a simple C program, right, to validate roots of a quadratic equation. That is whether they are real, they are equal, they are imaginary or invalid. So I would say there are four cases. When I say acceptability, when a person who doesn't know the programming concepts, when he executes the program, minimally he should have a capability to give the inputs to that particular program. That is only possible when you have written a program in such a way that when another person executes, it should have a standard instruction. Right, understand? Next, let us move. Let us not waste more time on that topic. Again, the professional software development should be able to know what is software engineering, all aspects of the software production. Then the importance of software engineering. This topic also comes under professional software development. I stress all of you once again. I am showing you the syllabus copy. Here at this topic, software professional development. This comes across various topics, small topics in the book. That is, what are the characteristics, the frequently asked questions on software engineering, all those things. So importance of a software engineering also comes under professional software engineering. So when I say importance of software engineering, definitely there are, as an individual or a society, rely on the advanced software systems. The best example I say, ATM machine. You know the situation behind the ATM machine. It is a software that is being installed on a hardware that is automated teller machine. So that helps you out. So without having a programming knowledge, a person at one end is capable to interact with that interface, right? So even the people who don't have much of the knowledge are capable to use that particular software to withdraw the money or deposit, whatever the different features that is being provided with the teller machine. So in that sense, if you say, what is the importance of software engineering in the case? So definitely for an individual and society, rely on the advanced software systems. So that is definitely ATM machine is an advanced software system. Automatically, the debited amount will get updated, right, to the database. You know what is database? So in that sense, the importance of software engineering is the total society individually rely on the advanced software system, and basically our objective is to produce reliable and trustworthy systems, definitely with economically and quickly. So that is a major importance of a software engineering. So economically, you know it all talks about the cost of production, that is, I said, the development cost and the maintenance cost and the testing cost. So in one part we have a development cost and testing cost, and the second part it is the maintenance cost. So with all the point of view, we should be able to produce reliable and trustworthy systems. And one of the importance of software engineering, it is usually cheaper in long run. This I have discussed. So when you develop a program for a long duration, so we say that economically it is quite cheaper compared to at the short run. So the same thing we have explained here. Professional software development also discuss about what are the software process activities. So I need to complete this topic today. So what are the software process activities? See, professional software development is nothing but the vocabularies or the terminologies you should be able to know before you proceed to the other concepts. Software process activities discuss about the first point, software specification. What is specification? So specification is nothing but the requirement, right? What exactly you need. For example, if I come to you and ask you, you write a program to display the Fibonacci series for certain till 4 numbers. So what do you think? This is my requirement, right? I'm not a programmer, but I'm a mathematician. Right? Understand? I'm a mathematician. I say that I have a system. Being a programmer, you should be able to write a program to display the Fibonacci series. Okay, till any number. For example, if I say till 10, n equals to 10, you should be capable to write a program. So that is my specification. That is my requirement, right? So I don't know about the software. If at all, if I know also, as a customer, I will define, I want this program in Java, or else I want this program in C, right? And also I may put up few of the constraints. What are constraints? Constraints are nothing but the conditions. I say that. So it should, all the input should have a instructions. That is a good printf statements, so that there should not be any sort of confusion, right? For example, Fibonacci series, maybe another person doesn't know what is Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series comes with the numbers. So if enter the value of n means, a person may enter a character because he don't know what is Fibonacci series and what is the input for Fibonacci series. So for such case, maybe your input statement should support saying that enter the value of n, that is only a valid number, not any sort of characters or special characters. Because usually what you do, enter the value of n. So n, you being a programmer, you say that n is always a number, right? But new person may not know that it is number. He may think maybe it is a character. So I'm just trying to tell you what is software specification in long run. So software process activities include software specification. So I detailedly explained what is software specification. Then once I gave you the data based on the customer discussions and the software discussions, you have to write a program. So that is called a second point, software development, where the software is designed and programmed. Got it? Software development basically is nothing but designing a program or writing a program based on the requirement specification. See, I've seen few people who have not used your USN or the name. So name with the USN is needed in the chat session in order to maintain me the attendance. Because maybe I'll conduct few of the quiz sections immediately at the end of the module. Maybe at the end of this month, the last week, we will have a quick quiz sessions based on Google Form. Because maybe we have not interacted as an individual, just on the online interaction we had. The subject is a very interesting subject, provided you give an interest. Maybe by seeing the PPT, you might think it is a theory. So let me continue. Software specification, always a first step of a software development life cycle, where gathering the information, what are the set of inputs, outputs, software to be used will be discussed. The second is a software process activity include the development process. Being a program, writing a program is a development where the software is designed and programmed. I would simply say, in your sense, at this step, you write a program based on the requirement. Once you write a program, what do? You test that program, whether your program is correct or not, by inputting the valid data. That is called validation, where the software is checked. I would say the program is checked to ensure that it meets the customer requirement. So I said Fibonacci series. So you have given a very good statement. Enter the number to check, to validate for the Fibonacci series. So I need Fibonacci series for 10 numbers. Is it audible? Okay. So we discuss specification, the development, Next is a validation. Validation is using the test cases, that is based on the input and output. You people have to test it whether the program is correct or not. Once you validate the program, you evaluate. In the sense what? You supply the program to the customer, saying that the requirement is satisfied. In that sense, maybe I may tell you to modify it. Got it? So software evolution, where the software is modified to reflect the changing customers and market requirement. For example, when you write a complete C program, for invalid case, you may not have written the condition. So I may tell you, if the case is invalid, right? You modify the program. Then maybe you take if condition. If some valid case, then only it will work. In the else part, you will write that you exit out of the program. So such cases you have written in the C programming language. Is it or not? For a simple example, you write a if condition. If n is greater than 0, then only you execute this part. In the else part, you write simply exit out of the program if anything rather than n less than 0 or any other character. Or else a simple, I would say, in the switch case, you have a default case, right? If any one of the switch doesn't works, any of the switch means the cases doesn't works, it will jump to the default. If in the default you write exit, it's simply exit. So this part is also one of the important concept under professional software development. Explain various software process activities. The software process activities is nothing but specification, development, validation, and evaluation. So evaluation said it is nothing a final part wherein you supply the program to a customer, where it might be changed based on the customer's requirement and market requirement. One more example I want to share on software evolution. So you know the beta versions that is being launched before you deliver a final product. For example, any software being launched, for example OS operating system, they used to launch the beta version at free of cost. Even not only that, even few of the games initially when they launch, they give the beta version. So why do they give the beta version? In order to identify any sort of modifications that could be done based on the market requirement or the customer requirement. Clear? So next issues that comes on professional software development. Once again, if you are serious on these topics, so we are on the module 1 introduction part. So this we have discussed in general need for software engineering. Why do you need? So last class we started professional software development. These topic consist of so many topics, that is what are software process activities, types of software, all those things. Even these topics come under professional software development. There are many general issues that affect the most software. What are the issues that affects the software? So heterogeneity. So all of you here see one of the best example. So as there is increasingly systems are required to operate as distributed systems across the network. What are distributed systems? If you have the concepts of network, there may be one server distributed among the various clients. And in that client also, different types of computer and mobile devices. Maybe I am using my laptop to depart my lecture at the same time, at the same end. the people are, the clients who are hearing, maybe they're using the same software with the different hardware, right? The maybe it is not maybe a Samsung mobile or Redmi, maybe do you have a different mobiles, but that software is capable to sorry, that hardware is capable to support that particular software. That situation is called heterogeneity. We have an environment where is a where there is a heterogeneity, still software engineering is supporting. One more example, I said, you use the ATM machine. If you have a Canara Bank ATM, you have a Canara Bank ATM, but you use in some South Indian bank, maybe in Syndicate Bank. Just an example I'm trying to tell you, but still the card supports you to interact with the software. That particular software belongs to the banking software, right? There is a heterogeneity, but still the adoption to the interface was available. So that is called heterogeneity. Similarly, few of the effects that affect the most software: business and social change. The business and society are changing incredibly quickly. Based on the business requirement, maybe we have to change the existing software. This example, last class I said, we have a migration projects. All the banking softwares rely on mainframes database. When they are migrating from mainframe database to the Oracle database, that is from the existing software to the current trend, lot of complications may be there. So that is also one of the challenges, that is issues that affects the software. And finally, security and trust. So you cannot give 100% accuracy on security. So always there would be some sort of flaws or intruders. With all aspects of our lives. So it is essential that we cannot trust that software particularly 100%. So this software engineering diversity, this also comes under professional software development. So it is a big topic, as I said. Then application types. Then finally, the fundamentals of software engineering. Then the second topic, software engineering ethics. Got it? Professional software development, it is just an introduction part wherein you need to understand all these topics. Got? So maybe I'll review in the next class. Web-based software engineering means what it is needed. I cannot skip these topics just for the sake of syllabus coverage. What happens if you don't understand these topics? You cannot proceed further for a module 2 and module 3. Once you understand these topics, maybe we can go fast with respect to module 2 and module 3. But these topics are too important to be discussed before I go to the module 2. So we stop today here. The challenges, here we have stopped. What is general issues that affects the most software? Then we need to discuss what is software engineering diversity, the application types. So briefly we can discuss and we could continue with the topics. So as of now, today let us stop today. So those into the chat session, all of you just say present into the chat session so that I can upload the chat file to the server. So I communicated Satvik. So maybe you don't have a USN, so no issues. So once you get the USN, please reply, and in the chat session you just say present, so I'll maintain that separately. Those who are into the lateral entry, they have to communicate. So Satvik has communicated me.